All right, so they gave you information about Jesse and Cody. They said what? Jesse and Cody working together can clean up the infield in 2 hours. What did they tell you about Jesse?
Jesse takes 5 hours to complete a job that's supposed to be for 1 hour.
So Jesse can complete it in 5 hours. So what does that mean? How much can Jesse complete in 1 hour? 1/5. All right. Now, if it takes Cody T hours to complete the job, what fraction could he complete in 1 hour? So his rate or fraction would be what? 1 over T. Okay. Now we get to they are working together. And they already told us together they can do it in 2 hours, right? What fraction can they complete in 1 hour if they work together? So together, that brings the plus in, right? So we have Jesse, who is 1/5, plus Cody, which is 1 over T. We're not really sure what Cody's is, right? They didn't tell us. And together, how much of the task will be done in 1 hour? Only 1/2, right? Okay. Now I want you to come down to 11. Jesse's work in 1 hour, the 1/5, plus Cody's work in 1 hour, plus the 1 over T, equals the total work in 1 hour, which is 1/2. Now what I want you to do is I want you to actually solve that equation for me. All right, so if we want to solve this equation, what is the first thing we have to find? Least common denominator. So what would that be if we have a 5, a T, and a 2? 10? Just 10? 10T. So our least common denominator is a 10T. So you go back and multiply with all of them, right? So here the 5 would cancel, and we would have left up what? 2. So we'd have 2T there. So let's put that here. Plus, we'll multiply again with the 10T. What's going to cancel? The T. So we would be left with the 10. And then over here, again, the 10T. What are we going to be left with when we cancel? 5. Okay. Oh, so what would be the most logical step to do on this type right here? Yeah. So you've already got your T isolated over here, right? So you do not, what happens if you move the 5T over here? What happens to your equation?
It equals 0.
Yeah. No, over here it would go away, right? There'd be nothing over here, right? And you didn't accomplish anything. So you move the 2T to the other side, and then you'll have 10 equal to what? 3T. And then when you divide, you end up with, what is T equal to? 10/3 or 3 1/3. So if we interpret that, the 3 1/3, how many? 3 1/3 is how many what?
Oh, 3 1/3
hours. Okay. And that was, what was T? T was actually for who?
Cody.
T was for Cody, right? T was for Cody. Okay, so I want you to turn the page. So, use your answer that we just found, our 10 over 3, right? To determine what fraction of the job Cody can complete in 1 hour. Okay, so remember, Cody was what? Cody was 1 over 10. Or sorry, 1 over T. But we found the T to be what? 10 over 3. So we have 10 over 3. This is a complex fraction. How would we rewrite this? 1 divided by And then we would rewrite that as what?
One.
Wait, where did the one come from?
3/10.
Which one?
The one over the 10.
The one of the 10/3? That was what Cody was. Cody was 1T. Go back and, that's what we represented Cody's time at. Rate was 1/2. So all I did was I replaced the T with what we found it to be, which was 10/3. Okay. All right, so what is the fraction that Cody can complete in 1 hour? 3/10. He can complete 3/10 of the job.
So it's just the end.
Pretty much, because treat it like a complex. Remember, complexes are nothing more than fractions, right? Division, that division bar. So in this case, right, you needed to do your rewrite first. So that would be the 1 divided by the 10/3. And then remember, dividing by a fraction is multiplying by the reciprocal. All right, so now, what was Garrett? What was Garrett's rate? Garrett was 1/4. What was Jesse's?
1/5.
And what was, we just found Cody's. What was Cody's?
3.
Okay, so no unknown over here. The unknown now is what?
Equal how many, like how long was one?
How long is it going to take them working together? So how would we represent that?
1/x.
1 over our T or X. Yes, T or X, right? So now what would be our next step? Least common denominator. So what would our least common denominator be? 20T, right? Again, least common denominator is the least common multiple of the denominators. So you have a 4, a 5, and a 10. What is the smallest multiple of 4, 5, and 10? 20. And then we need to represent our T. All right? So when we work that out, we end up, I think, with T, the time it's going to take them is 4/3. Or we would translate that into 1 1/3. So we take them 1 1/3 to do all 3 of them working together. Okay?